Plant Hunter here. It's been a long time, but I think I'm going to start up doing videos again. So here's what's left in the tent. Transplanted a bunch of my stuff outside. We'll go out there in a second, but got some ground cherries that are, I'm going to let them get a little bit bigger. They were small forever, and then they finally just took off. And you know, I had them on the heat mat, and it's really warm in the tent, of course, and picked up some tomatoes from a friend of mine. He grows like 70 varieties, like 1,000 plants I think he started this year. But I'm going to experiment with doing these ghost peppers in the tent. I grew some from seed and those are going in the garden, but got my first strawberries here. Whoop, you can see them. Probably pick those later today or maybe tomorrow. But just a little bit of basil that I've just been neglecting. But there's my alpine strawberry that I started from seed last February or something, and I've just been, it keeps flowering and flowering. There's like 5 or 6 individual plants in there now. It just expanded. And the Malabar spinach is still alive, and I just keep chopping it off, and it puts out new shoots and climbs up the whole entire tent. And so, oh yeah, and I'm pretty pumped up about, let's see if it can focus here. Whoop. My first little cacti coming up here. So there's like 18 varieties in the packet that I got, so who knows how they'll turn out or what they'll look like, but pretty excited. So then I had this all full of plants up here too. These are just some flowers that my wife is starting, and I've just been using these grow bulbs from Walmart. They seem to do a decent job at keeping stuff alive, and things do still grow, but it's just slow. Then I've just got these, I don't know, a couple of them are lemon drops. There's a pepperoncini there. Maybe 2 of each, but then my really leggy tomatoes that I'm just not really a tomato guy, so I'm not too concerned. I'll bury them super deep so they just explode with growth once they shoot out all those new roots. I was able to find a steal of a deal on this 4-foot 4-bulb light. So now putting this in the top level of my tent and then having the other 4-foot 4-bulb one on the bottom, I'm in business now to really have maximum growing power, so pretty excited. So I finally moved out of my apartment a few months ago and bought this place January, and I got 4 acres here, almost entirely Scotch pines. It was a Christmas tree farm at one point, but I was able to get it for a pretty darn cheap price because the trailer doesn't have a title, and so they couldn't really list it as like a home for sale, you know. And they said the trailer's staying, so it kind of deterred people, I think, because it was posted for a little while. Pretty modern installation of a deep well and a 3-bedroom septic system with a really nice sized drain field and everything. So, and then running power all the way up here. It was worth the price just for the land and the utilities by far. So figured I should probably cover my license plates up. Crazy people on the internet. But anyways, so the plan is we renovated the whole inside, and maybe someday I'll, you know, film a video of what that looks like. But turned out awesome. Everything's more structurally sound than I thought at first, and the furnace is almost new, water heater and pressure tank and everything was almost new, so really lucked out. It's not too bad on the LP in the winter, so yeah, I'll give you a little tour of the yard here. So we got a nice long driveway here. Can't see the house from the road at all or anything, so I love the seclusion. Property lines are on the edge of the driveway though, pretty much, and it's just it goes back really far for being 4 acres. It's just a real narrow rectangular lot. I don't really mind it at all. It plenty of woods. A lot of you have been asking about Lily, how she's doing. You love it out here, don't you? She runs around all day in the woods and chases the squirrels, those darn squirrels, and the little chipmunk gopher thingies and deer, and she actually sticks around and doesn't wander off to the neighbors or down on the road or anything. She just, I think she's really happy, so aren't you? She's getting older though. She's getting some white in her eyebrows and stuff, and oh. So I'm thinking this is probably a crab apple. Not an expert on what apple blossoms look like, but I want to say that's an apple. So part of the tree's dead, but it's a nice tree to have out in your front yard. And this raised bed was already here. Just planted this so that'll look nice when everything's grown up and whatnot. So I'm gonna replace this bay window with I found a couple pretty cheap windows, and nice big picture windows that open up on the sides and stuff. So sometime before winter that'll really increase the efficiency. So you gotta have a burn barrel. There's the pile going to the dump. Slowly building up my wood stack. I've got about 5 or 6 trees in here that I took down and limbed, and got to cut those up. So, but here's my little coop. This was the tool shed when we bought the place. It was filled with stuff, and so converted this, fenced in this area back here. I put a couple windows in here. Put that one in there. That opens up. But change this door to open outward rather than inward. Ah, buddies! So I got a good mix here. Some salmon favreals, some barred rocks, some silver lace Wyandottes, black australorps, and then I've got a couple geese. I'll show you those. They're just the coolest things. So I decided to go with the buckets rather than painstakingly build, you know, cubes out of plywood. I've done that before, and that it just takes forever. And so, but yeah, put this window in, put some metal fabric on here, found an old outbuilding window, put that in there, cut this door in here. There was shelving all in here. The whole entire thing was pretty much shelving. So this window was already here. It's just great with the natural light in here. Had this as my brooder box here with all these hollow core doors that were in the back porch there, and so I had a front on here, and I had 2 heat lamps, and it worked really well. And I had all these scrap pieces of foam that I covered the top with, and it got down to the teens at night still when I had the little chicks in here, and they did just fine. So, but oh, hi Stacy. Hi Stacy. So we got Stacy here. Where's Bill? Where's your boyfriend? They follow us around the yard all day. They're the only birds we let out. Oh, there you are, Bill. Probably liking the rain, huh? They love this tarp for some reason. They just sit on it all day. And hi, Billy. Hi, Billy. Oh, Billy. Oh. He's pretty calm if you hold him. And Stacy, actually, I was laying on the ground the other day, and oh, hi. She was chewing on my belt loops and chewing on my pants and my shirt, and then she actually jumped up on my back. And so, oh, you're showing off. So he's a buff and she's an African. So I bought 3 and one of them died like the first day. It seemed a little special the first day that I bought it, but you can go check out the chicken area. Oh, you're gonna come with me? Oh. Okay, come on. Let's go. Come on. Come on. I guess they're not gonna come in. At certain points in the day they want to come back in here, and We've got buckets in the yard filled with water that they can dunk their heads in, and this one's usually full. They get it dirty very fast. But so here's the back of the coop, and I just had to put that window there because of where the studs are and the chicken boxes and stuff. But this is a pretty decent size area. We let the geese out because they've already eaten down this entire area, and there's a line outside the fence where they stick their necks through and they get all the grass. So, but yeah, we got a good sized backyard here. It's a lot greener where the drain field is, but the chickens are much more skittish than the geese, but they kind of do their own thing now. But when they were just a little bit younger, they're only like 2 months old, and Bill is already that big. Stacy's just a little bit smaller, but they would follow us around the entire day and stay right by your feet. But now they kind of just go off and do whatever they want and stuff. But so my compost pile's getting full. All the chicken coop cleanings and food scraps, and I gotta have another couple bins so I can just throw all this and turn it over into you know, another bin. But she's cooking. I turned it last time and it was steaming like crazy, so the people before us left a lot of chain link fencing over there and then this gate, so it's perfect. I had to take all the sod up by hand with my field hoe. It's quite the time, but I'm not going to take out any more grass because I've just got like zucchini here and then some squash down there. Got onion plants here from seed, and then I actually, you know, I went and bought the standard onion sets and did a couple rows of those. And then last night I planted some dry bush beans, and yeah, so that's pretty much what's in this tilled up spot, but it's all gravel. So I think I'm going to expand the garden all the way to the woods next year. I didn't really want to go overboard this year and take on too much, but I'm going to have some manure and black dirt dumped this fall from a friend of mine. So, but I've just been digging out little holes for like my zucchini and stuff, and this has been open the whole time, and there are very, very, very few weed seeds that have germinated. It's a good thing, but a bad thing. The soil's not very, I mean, it's hardly soil. So, got a couple squash plants. I got to get some more potting soil. I'm going to fill this whole area in with squash. Then along the fence here, I did pole beans. I used an 1.5 inch drill bit and just went along, you know, and made a ton of holes and dropped my beans in there. And so those will be dry beans. I got Cherokee black beans and good mother Stallard on this side. And over here I planted some cucumbers that are going to climb the fence, and I guess I'm going to just wrap my peppers and tomatoes like kind of, I don't know, I'm going to have to cram them all in here because I have quite a few yet to put in here. But we got some King of the North bell peppers, and then orange bell peppers, and a bunch of ghost peppers. Let's see what else I got over here. Some lemon drops and stuff out here, but I dug real deep and put a ton of potting soil in here. I used a bag per 5 plants, so just to make sure there's enough moisture retention there and nutrients and stuff. So, and I've got my pink dandelions over here. You should look those up if you've never seen them. Pretty cool. I want to kind of get those to spread throughout the yard. I'm always going to have yellow ones, so it might as well have a colorful, you know, variety. But and then my friend dug up I dug up these comfrey plants at his place and broke up all the roots, and this whole fence is lined with the roots. And then I replanted the crowns, and those are taken off now, and I put some more inside here. But it's raining too much now. The camera's getting kind of wet. And those are either pears or apples from my dad. He didn't know what they were, but the gophers and the mice and stuff really got them over the winter and stuff, so we'll plant those somewhere and have to cage them in. But so yeah, the property goes straight back, and my neighbor's house is right through there. The property kind of probably goes like 30 feet into the woods outside of the yard, and then it goes pretty far back. I was surprised when I walked it the first time after the snow melted down low enough for me to actually be able to walk through the woods, because we had like 3 feet of snow. And so working on my carport building here, and because I don't have any storage space hardly. That porch in the back is 12 by 20, and it's just full of, like, I put my tiller, weed whipper, push mower, everything in there, because I don't have, you know, anywhere else to store stuff out of the weather. I, you know, cover my my rider with just a tarp and stuff, and so I'm glad there's that porch at least. I'm really glad that this breezeway is on here, and that porch in the back, because I can't imagine living in here without that stuff. Just, there's not really much closet room and stuff, and like, where do you store stuff? So, but it's got a spray foam roof on it, and it's like 4 inches thick, so and then it's got like a white acrylic coating on it, and it's extremely durable, so I'm happy about that, because those old metal roofs on these trailers really tend to leak a lot and stuff. So yeah. Alright guys, I'm just gonna call it quits here. It started raining again, and I was gonna do a little more jibber jabbering, but yeah, I will keep updating you. I'm gonna try to I'm not a good YouTuber on my other channel or this channel, so I guess I can't promise anything, but I'll try. So we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.